So, one last thing. Now, again, we've just had A, B, C. 3 videos, 3 personae, which create my first, middle, and one of the middle's first names. So it's quite interesting how it all works out. You know, name choices are critical. But anyways, I thought it might be important to give you some financial advice right now. You know, it's like if you think a man predisposition need who, since he was a child, has dreamed of getting married to a sweet woman, and sort of knock him out by saying because he's trying to pre-invest in life insurance in a situation where he clearly is trying to jump into marriage. I don't know why the dumbass keeps trying to do that. Anyways, it's not actually an indication of him not variably creating a rational thought. He just really wants to make sure everyone's taken care of, especially his family. So, she explained it under a circumstance. If he starts now and doesn't die, it will only be bigger and better. And in your retarded financial schemes, will sort of be like a piece of real estate-like asset to him in building his credit. So if at any given point you think claiming his kill to a retarded financial advisor who he thought and believed was telling him legitimately good information is relevant to justify the kill, on the circumstance, this woman networks with only women on Diva Night. Retarded white woman trying to think she's black and sassy. You can't justify it through that. I know he's a little bit naive, a little bit ambitious about marrying the perfect woman, a great woman, yada yada yada. But the variables into which you justified him being cut off based on his relevant rational thought were incongruent with the circumstances into which a clearly chauvinist woman, once given a circumstance unto which she was not displaced by the variables into which white men are dominant, after doing so, only networking with women, only putting women higher up, higher up, higher up. You know, women like this are going to wind us up on Mars, and Cartman's actually going to look rational. So, if you think about how and why this in discourse of justifying his irrational disposition to not be taken care of, I know a lot of people out there are thinking, what? What? No, you can only know this if you've possessed him and driven back how and why you rationalize, know, where, and how they capably invoked this sort of, justification and judgment at that given point in his career and why everything was going the way it was. It didn't make sense. I'm calling a foul. Poor judgment. And trust me, everything after that was just a bunch of bullshit, defamation, yada yada yada. So, the 3 videos before here are the ones you need to focus on. This is here, now, and why. All the variables into which you've created the downfall of his circumstances ultimately are foul, created by a very chauvinistic, retarded financial advisor woman. I don't know, you guys started to let him fucking have everything and told him, alright, You make sense. We should just take 50% of the CEO positions and give them to white women because they're the only ones who are stupid enough to threaten and blackmail us into a position under which they actually deserve that, similar to how they deserve the wealth, the house, the everything. And a constructed variable into which they were not left incapable of justifying the wealth created based on their home life and their future trajectory to continue taking care of a child, rationalize quantifiably half of what any man has made. Your modern society is fucked up, trust me.